In the previous video, I gave you a basic tutorial on Voiceflow. Today I'm going to build a real chatbot that is used for website support and lead capture. At the end of this video, I will tell you when you should and when you should not generate a project using AI in Voiceflow. Let's start the project from scratch. We are going to use 4 workflows in this project. The first one, the start workflow, which will capture the user's intent at the start and switch to one of the other workflows based on the user intent. The other 3 workflows are lead capture, pricing, and support. The support workflow is used to answer the queries of the user about the company to which the website belongs. The pricing workflow shows the pricing clearly and nudges towards the lead capture workflow. The lead capture workflow collects the details of the user and stores it in the Supabase database. The 3 workflows keep switching based on the user's intent and the queries. I am going to use a demo knowledge base generated by AI for this project. It is about a company which helps businesses streamline their workflows, manage projects, and collaborate effectively online. First, we are going to add a greeting message to welcome the user in the chat. Hi, my name is X from Acme Web Tools. I can help you with any of these. Now we are going to set up an intent block to capture the user's intent and activate the correct workflow according to the user's intent. This is the intent to activate the support workflow. This intent is to activate the pricing workflow. This is the intent I created to activate the support workflow. This one is to activate the pricing workflow, and this one is to activate the lead capture workflow. Now we have to insert the same intents matching the workflow triggers of the workflows corresponding to the each of these intents. Go to the support workflow, go to the trigger node, click on this plus icon here and select the intent option. Now search the support intent and select it. We have to do similarly for the other 2 workflows, which are lead capture workflow and the pricing workflow. After that, we have to again navigate to the start workflow, and for the each intent, drag this, go to the actions tab and select the go to intent node and select the corresponding intent like this. After doing this for all 3 intents, we are going to navigate to the support workflow first. We are going to add an agent for the support workflow and create an agent. Name it support agent and add a prompt here for the AI agent. You can add the prompt yourself or generate the prompt using AI. This is the prompt I added, and that's it for this AI agent. Be sure that you enable this option, which is listen for other triggers, as it is required to switch workflows whenever needed. Now we are going to navigate to the pricing workflow and set up that workflow as well. Now we are going to set up an AI agent for this workflow as well, which will be the pricing AI agent. I have added another prompt here, and I am making sure that this option enabled, which is listen for other triggers again. Now we are going to navigate to the lead capture workflow. In this workflow, we are going to collect the details of the user and store it in the database. Now there is a situation here. What if in the middle of collecting the details of the user asks a question and the chat will switch to one of the other workflows? After switching to this workflow for the second time, we do not want to collect the details we have already collected, right? So instead of just a normal message and a capture block, we are going to use another logic here. We are going to add a condition block from the logic section and set the condition type to the prompt type. We are going to create a prompt here. This prompt will check the username which already exists and return the name if the variable username indicates a name, else it returns just the string no. After that, we are going to create a path which says if the return value is no, follow one path, else Follow the else path, which can be enabled by enabling this option. Now if the value is no, we are going to create a message or display a message which says enter your name, and after that we are going to capture the user response using the capture block and save the entire user reply in the username variable, and connect the capture block again with the condition block which we created just before. For the else path, we are going to use the set block from the logic section. Then click the plus icon here, choose the prompt option, select a prompt, create a prompt which returns the name of the user, and set it to the variable username again. Now we are going to do the same thing for both email and the phone number of the user before inserting the data to the database. Here is the prompt I created for checking the user email, the prompt for setting the user email, checking the user phone number, and setting the user phone number. Here I have created a message for the user to confirm the details. Now I will put an AI agent here to do the changes in the details if the user wants to change any data and insert the data into the database. This is the prompt I gave to the agent, which makes the changes to the user details if needed and inserts the user data into the database. Here I said to trigger the insert tool immediately to sync the data to the database. That means we have to create an insert tool which inserts the user data into the database. For that, first we have to click on this plus icon here and click on the API call option and create an API tool named insert. The insert API tool, I have given three input variables: name, email, and phone number. I have set the method to post method. To fill the information such as request URL, headers, parameters, and body, first we have to set up the database. I'm going to use Superbase to set up my database. First we have to sign in or sign up into it. Go into the organizations you already have or create a new organization. After that, create a new project, name the project, and create a password for your database. After you create the project, you have to create a table in your project. First, we have to navigate to the table editor in here and create a table. I name the table as users, and if you scroll down to the column section, you will find two columns that are already created. To create three more columns, which are name, email, and phone number. After, I'm going to choose the varchar data type in here for each of these three columns. And now I'm going to create a new table, the users table. After that, we should go to after that we have to go to the after that we have to click on the add RLS policy option in here, then create policy, change this to insert, and select the add-on option in the drop down here and write true in this line, and I'm going to save policy. The reason I created a RLS policy is because RLS means row level security, and Superbase allows to perform some action in your database from third party if the third party successfully bypasses the RLS. Now, the policy which created allows the third party to insert a row in the database if it has the anon key of this project in the request the third party sends. Now we need some information from this project which we will put in the API tool we created. First, we need the project ID, the table name in which we are going to insert the data, the anon key, and the column names of the table. You can find the project ID in the general section of this project settings. The table name is users. The columns we created are name, email, and phone number. You can get the anon key in the API keys section of the project settings. This should be the format of the post request in your API tool. named insert. The URL must be https colon slash slash the project ID slash rest slash v1 slash the table name in which we are going to insert the data. The preferred header is to get the response faster. It is optional. The content type is application slash JSON. Authorization is bearer space anon key. And the header API key is just for the anon key. The body should be like this. It must be in the format of raw JSON. And after setting up the API tool, you have to go back and give an LLM description here which says what this API tool does. I have given the LLM description here, and in the input variables section we have to enable these three options and click on each input variable and give an LLM description of the variable here too. After giving the LLM descriptions, the API tool is ready, and now your AI chart agent is ready. Now let us test it. Okay, so I tested the chart agent. At first it was all correct. I told give me some information about products and services. It gave some lengthy information, but we can change the prompt and make it concise and short. Next I said let me see your prices. It gave me the prices, but the problem arises here. I said I want a quote. It even switched to the lead capture workflow, but as you can see, even without giving my name, email and phone number, it went directly to set username block, set user email block and set user phone number block. And now the AI is saying, are these detailed correct? I need more context to help you and all of this. So let me check what is wrong with this workflow. So I went into the check username prompt and gave 0 as the input, and the prompt replied with this instead of no. So I think the prompt is the issue. Let's change the user prompt and see. So I have changed the user prompt message a little bit, as you can see, and now it gives the correct output. For 0 it gave no, and for Arvind it gave the output of the name itself. So let me change the other check prompts and set prompts like this similarly, and let's see what happens after that. And now the AI chart agent works. First I told it to give me a code, I enter the name, my email, and I did not enter this phone number here, but I told give me a pricing first. After that, it switched to the pricing workflow and gave me all of this. Then I said, okay, let us get back to the quote. And then it asked me for the phone number again. I gave the phone number. It asked me if the details were correct. I told yes. And it ultimately called the insert tool and inserted the details I put in here to the database. And see, the details appear in the database too. There is this another small change I had done in the workflow is that I modified the lead capture intent a bit. Before it would say this intent is triggered when the user wants to get in touch, requests a code, and if also the user mentions their details. That's what I have removed from this description, because whenever I gave my details, it would again start the workflow from first without actually capturing the detail. Also, don't forget to enable this option called listen for other triggers on every capture block, because it has to switch the workflow from the lead capture to the support workflow or the pricing workflow according to the user's response. Now I'm going to generate the same AI chart agent by using a prompt in Voiceflow. I'm going to click on the generate project option, and here is the output. As you can see, it only used AI agent blocks to generate the whole workflow. First of all, this consumes a lot of AI credits as each response is given by the AI. Yes, it is very fast. It is also good for beginners and learning. As AI gives you reference architecture, you see how intents, flows, and prompts are connected, and it also covers common uses decently. But the AI generated intents are usually vague in voice flow. Let me show you what it looks like in one of the agent. As you can see, there is only two lines of the prompt as instructions. The prompts given to each of the AI agents are pretty small, and also it has a poor control over conversation logic. It is also harder to scale and maintain as you don't fully understand the flow if you don't design the AI agent yourself. Also, small changes break the parts and adding new features becomes messy. In conclusion, I think it is good to manually define core intents, business goals, critical paths, use AI to draft prompts, generate fallback responses, create example utterances, manually refine intent boundaries, conditional logic, error handling, just like a human, like asking weird questions, giving some typos, and multi-intent messages.